Hey, good morning. Yes, it is. It is Tuesday, January 21st. So, what are we going to be talking about today? Well, if you see the flashback from a year and a half ago or whatever, I wanted to see if I could get a sense on how people have changed since then to now. And I'll be honest with you, it's a video I put up, and it got like 25, 30,000 views. Yeah. And people cared about the small businesses in the area. Any business, that was mom and pops. Not so much for the corporate giants, but for the mom and pops, people had an attitude of, you know, we do care. But I'll be right back. Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric, and yes, this is the weekday, Monday through Friday. Today is Tuesday, January 21st of 2025. So what are we talking about today? Well, I kind of wanted to engage where people are compared to where they were just a short time ago, like a year and a half ago. So I put that video up to see if I got a different reaction than I got the first time. See, the first time I put that video out, I didn't think it was going to amount to squat. And it ended up with over 30,000 views. Okay? Now, we can debate whether it's the algorithm or YouTube or what have you. But taking them all out, the way something kind of goes, not viral, but goes up fast, is people feel bad and they're sharing it with their friends, right? You got to see this video about the more poor mom and pops. But see, the problem was back a year and a half ago, people weren't as bad off as they are right now. And I actually got the reaction that I thought I would get. And that is, people have been beaten to the ground so much that their give a shit attitude just isn't there. Now, it's had over 300 views. People have looked at it, but that's as far as it went. And then you, Jim, I don't blame you a bit for what you posted. And I can agree with a lot of it. The last one with the push mower, just so that you know, if it's got bad fuel, it's not warranty. But the bigger shops have got that gray area where they can slide stuff in and call it warranty. Or the shops, like with my shop, if it's something simple and you're a good customer, I'll just go ahead and swap the gas out and I won't even charge you. But I don't know how long you've been going to that business or anything else. All right. Now to the first question or the first comment that you had. Yes, parts were crazy. The manufacturers and the aftermarket companies were enjoying record profits from Chinese-made manufactured stuff. And then they started crying foul when Chinese started selling on the platforms because they were undercutting all their dealers and this and that. Maybe if you didn't have to have such record profits and so many mouths to feed, you might have done better. But the bigger companies have done about faces. I mean, they don't understand price point. They say they do. But if I'm looking at buying their carburetor, and let's say it's an aftermarket for $65 and I can get it on eBay for $10.99, where am I going? $10.99. That kind of gives me an idea of how much of a markup there is on these parts through these bigger companies. And that's how these bigger companies continue to get bigger, is they're making a hell of a markup. I wish I could do that in my shop. No, I'm just kidding. But I understand your feelings as well, Jim. But like I say, when it comes to the push mower, most shops would have charged you that. And if all it needed was some fresh gas in it, gas isn't covered under warranty, and, you know, taking you maybe 3-5 minutes just to dump out the gas and put fresh in it. But right now, people's disposable income is down. And people just got through Christmas. They didn't get as much, they couldn't do as much for their kids, extended families, so forth, because the money's not there. A lot of them have been living now buying groceries with credit cards. That's how bad it is. And your retirees have been watching their 401ks be pilfered. And what do I mean by pilfered? I mean, you got the stockbrokers, day traders, all those. They're into making just money. And that's fine. And anybody that ever asked me about stocks, bonds, and all that, you're in it for the long haul. Don't get spooked. Seriously, don't. Because what ends up happening is you sell at a low, and then it comes back up to where it should be. But see, the ones that you used to work with, they come in every day. Oh, I made $700 and some today. And then the next day, oh, I lost. No, you didn't. And then you just draw a line, a medium line, for what you made over the year. What ends up being the end result is year-end what you made. Did you make a 3%, 5%? The higher risk that you're willing to take, the higher the percentage you can make. And the younger you are, the more risk you could take. The older you are, don't take any risk. Just get it in a 3 to 5% locked in over 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is. Because you're going to need that. And if the stock tanks, you're screwed. But that's one thing I never did. When I was working and had 401k, I didn't even look at it. I might look at the year end that the company was sending us that was managing the 401k. But other than that, no, I didn't pay any attention to it. It was retirement. It was a way to take out the maximum percentage, have it matched by the company, not get taxed on it, and let it get into a fund for down the road. And I had older guys, they were getting up in their 60s, and they were telling me how they had over $1 million in their 401k. Said that ain't squat. You should have a lot more than what you have now. I mean, it's better than nothing. But the idea is trying to live off the interest that your 401k is generating. And at $1 million, can you live on Social Security and that percentage, or do you have to dip in to that $1 million every year? Because if you're dipping then it's going to dwindle down fast. But my son, he was over yesterday, and he and I were talking and stuff. And even at the Ford garage, which you would think would be fairly busy, right? That the only thing that's coming in is warranty work. The people that were bringing their vehicles in to get serviced on a regular basis are canceling out. He had 6 appointments lined up for yesterday, and 2 showed. The rest of them either were sick or canceled. And the dealership ended up having to get rid of a number of employees, techs out back, and put everybody else on a flat rate system. So if you come in and you knock your repairs out quick, go home for the rest of the day, you know. So what he's done is he's working 2 jobs, and the Ford garage is a part-time now, where he's got a full-time job somewhere else that during the middle of the day he has off, so he can work and still maintain his Ford certifications and stuff. But that tells me that most people out there are having it really hard. And I explained to him, to my son, I said, we've seen a drastic decrease just since last year to this year. And people are questioning whether to have the repairs done or go out and buy a new one. Or just to suck it up and just not have anything until things change a little, right? You can think good, bad, ugly about the current president that just got sworn in. But look, we can't get anything worse. I mean, honest to God, whether you're a Trump fan or non-Trump fan, there's common ground for all of us. We all want a good economy. We all want people to prosper. We want our country to come first to our government, because it's our money that they're spending elsewhere. You need to take care of your own first before you go outside of the states. It's no different than not feeding your kids, but you're giving money to the neighbors so that they can feed their kids. Don't you think you should start by feeding your kids? The homeless vets on the street. Don't get me started. The homeless mental health, because they were too expensive to house. And it wasn't housed. It gave them a way to enjoy life where they had structure. And I know this very well because of my own wife that is still inpatient. That most of those places they closed had teachers, they had gym, they had classes, breaks in between for lunch and this and that. But they had structure. And that's one of the best things for someone with mental health issues, is to get some kind of good structure in their lives. Not throw them on the street and make them homeless. That's the same way. Sorry, there's no reason for it. None. I mean, yes, some people become homeless by choice, whether it's drug addiction, alcoholism. I get it. But the bulk that I'm seeing aren't either one of those. So I'm curious, in the comment section, what do you think is going on? Do you think the new administration is going to be good, bad, ugly? I'm curious. I don't play politics. I don't. And I don't understand why some families are actually split and won't even speak to each other because one liked Trump and one liked Kamala, whatever. Are you serious? You're that serious that you won't talk with a family member over two people that don't give a rat's ass about you anyways. Agree to disagree. You know, I was watching some of the hearings with some of Trump's picks there. And they're talking about being worried, the Democrats are talking about being worried about weaponizing the DOJ. I'm a Democrat. And I'll be honest with you, I voted for Trump. I vote for who I think will do best by the country, not party lines. But she's smart because she come right back with what we've been seeing for the past 4 years, and that is the DOJ weaponized against the current president. Right? Adam Schiff. Oh, I can't stand him. They should lock him up. For the way he did 4 years of Trump, no. And had all this inside information that he never had, lied. But that's typical politician. But I didn't see him signing executive orders yesterday. I fell asleep. So I'm going to start wrapping this up. But yeah, the video that I posted that a number of you guys commented on too kind of gives me a gauge of where people are at today versus just a year and a half ago. And I get it. I understand it. And I hope the current administration understands it. That its own people aren't being taken care of. You know, I listen to different ones say, oh, but the prices are going to go up because Trump's going to import taxes and this and that. Okay. Maybe if it's high enough, then maybe we'll start manufacturing back here again and have good paying jobs. It's going to be hard for these manufacturers to want to come back because they're getting cheap labor, whether it be China or over in Mexico. But if they start feeling the pain enough of having to pay import tax, they might reconsider. We shouldn't have all of anything that's vital to us being manufactured somewhere else. We shouldn't. But I remain hopeful. I got a good feeling that things are going to change for the positive. A lot of stuff that everybody's talking about is just noise. It's just politicians puffing their chests and trying to make you think that they're doing their job when in actuality they're not doing squat. We need a change. We need course correction. And if Trump's the man to do it, by all means, support him and help him do it, whether you're a Democrat or a Republican. Give the guy a chance. If he flops, he flops. Maybe I should run for president. I got enough gray hair as it is, but I got all my pipes cleaned and for my heart surgery, so I should be pretty healthy here by the time 4 more years roll around. But then I'll be 66. Still younger than the presidents, I guess. I'll have to start making my campaign signs now. No, you couldn't give me that job. Because a lot of times, you're just a figurehead. Look at Biden. He didn't run the government. The government was keeping him out of sight, out of mind. So in the comments, what do you think? How are you doing financially? Are you doing better? Are you doing worse? Or is it no effect on you? I'm hoping that everybody benefits from the new administration and the economy. So on that note, you guys have a great day, and we'll catch you here bright and early tomorrow morning. Again, thanks so much for watching.